cute. My granddaughters would love that. Howdy, howdy.
Because I'm tolerant and intolerant, and I'm none. So I'm not tolerant.
Just mentioned my sister who just passed away liking Mrs. Polifax. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, but you can't do the whole thing.
That's pretty. Mona Lisa. That's nice. This is the book room at one of my favorite thrift stores. All of their proceeds go to the Special Olympics. They also employ special needs individuals, and their prices are just wonderful, so fair. Anyway, this is their media room. I'm also getting this in honor of my sister. She loved Agatha Christie books, and she's who introduced me to her books. My daughter's been wanting to get a goldfish for my grandson, so I thought I'd get this book. So this is an old hardcover copy of the Egypt game. It is a former library book, but I've learned that sometimes the older first editions of these classic books, this is a classic chapter book, one was a Newbery Honor book. So I looked it up. So I forgot to take a picture after they got it, but I was looking back through my video and I realized I had forgotten to ask inside the store about that frozen sleigh that was there. And so I called the lady and asked her about it. And she said she would hold it for me and that we could have it for $15. And so my son was nice enough to go and pick that up for me. So I cannot wait for my grandkids to get to enjoy that. My oldest granddaughter's going to love it. She's kind of going through a time where she's real into princesses and things like that. So since I've started working on my YouTube videos, I haven't been listing as many items, and that's the thing, you know, it's fun to go buy things and it's fun to work on YouTube, which is right now taking quite a bit of time because I'm still learning about editing and filming and all that. But I need to keep listing things also. And so today I did get these listed. I had shown y'all these McCall's Cookery magazines that I got the whole group for $1 at that estate sale, and I just listed them for $30 plus shipping. And then I've been slowly going through our climate control storage, and I had these books in there. I believe they were from when I had a booth. The store that I showed you guys, the vintage store that I had all the photos from that we went to, I used to have a booth there. And it was funny, the same day that we went into that this weekend, I had been on the phone with my niece, and I told her that I really missed having that booth. The downside of it is that if you do not continually work it, putting fresh items in or rearranging things, you have a lot of repeat customers there, and nothing in your booth will catch their eye, and you won't do as well that month with your sales, and you've got to make rent, and also you want to make some money. And so that's the downside. There would just be times life would be hectic and I wouldn't get in there to work on it. The positive side is that I really enjoyed it. And also, sometimes you come across things that maybe they're too bulky that you don't want to mess with selling them online. Or maybe they're just not something that you think would sell well online, but you knew if someone saw them in person, they would sell well. And so, there are just things that are suited better for putting in a booth where people can visually see them. And there were times that I did just really well. And so anyway, I had mentioned to my niece, I said, sometimes I really miss having my booth there. And so later that day, one of my daughters mentioned that she had been wishing we could stop by there. We had tried to the other day and they weren't open that day. So we stopped by there. And while I was there, I didn't even bring it up. The owner, Carol, mentioned to me, that she sure missed me and she sure wished I'd get a booth there again. So it has made me think about it, but I just right now don't think I will. Just more than anything, I would physically have to have some help getting things set back up. And it's kind of a hectic time in our lives right now. For one thing, my husband just started back, with the school year, and we just have a lot going on, but maybe eventually I'll get my booth back there, and then that will give me, I can film some fun things there with you guys. But anyway, so these books, they're so adorable. They're from the 1980s, and they just have such cute illustrations in them. I just love them. I absolutely love them. And doing some research online, they really sell pretty well. And so I think that's one of the cutest illustrations in all the books. I have 4 of them, and just based on doing some research, I just listed these 4. 2 of them are the regular Strawberry Shortcake, and 2 of them are baby Strawberry Shortcake. And I listed them for $49.99 plus shipping. And that gives me a little room that if I have a watcher or some interest in it, I can, take offers and go down a little bit. But anyway, those are the things that I got listed for today. As I've told you guys in several videos, about anything you can name, somebody collects it. Well, I've discovered something else that people collect, and that is Rubbermaid dustpans. And I'm really not kidding. Dustpans, the Rubbermaid dustpans, they have serial numbers, and from that serial number, you can tell what year they were made. I think these were from the 80s, maybe. And each year had maybe a slightly different style, or even like the little hole to hang them up was in a different position, or there was different color schemes each year. So I had these 2 Rubbermaid dustpans. This one was pretty scratched up and also had a little chip out of the side of it. And I put that in the description and good photos. And then there was this one. And now it is possible that people were ordering these actually to use them, but most likely it was people collect them. I listed these just a couple of days ago, and I knew what to list them for just from the research I had done. I sold the pair for $30 plus shipping. And so I'm going to get them wrapped up good. I've got some brown paper and bubble wrap here, and get them ready to mail. And they are going to Phillips, Wisconsin. I thought this might be a good opportunity for us to learn a little bit about the history of dustpans. So, in 1858, T.E. McNeil got a patent on a very basic dustpan. It was just a flat piece with a handle that could be used with a little broom. I mean, I'm sure that for centuries before that, people had used some kind of makeshift, even if it was a piece of paper, a makeshift dustpan, even if it was a piece of paper. But then in 1897, an African-American inventor came up with a dustpan that had a long handle that would help save your back. And it also had a reservoir to catch the dirt in. And he got a patent on that, and that is the basic design that is still used today for, in particular, commercial dustpans, the heavier duty dustpans, and also for pooper scoopers. So that's your FYI for the day, guys. And I also was going to show you these books that were in my climate control storage unit. These are from the Encyclopedia of Collectibles series, and these are just incredible books. This one says it has beads, beer cans, Belique porcelain bells, Bennington pottery, Bibles, bicycles, books, botanical prints, bottles, and boxes in it. And it is just so fun to look through this book and see all the neat old things in it. Cool beads. Let me back off a little bit where y'all can see better. All kinds of old glass beads, beautiful colors. Some of them are made of pottery, some of them are made of stone, and then it's showing different beadwork. Looks like some Native American moccasins, all kinds of jewelry, and then it goes into beer cans. I love the graphics on this era of stuff. Look at that one with the pretty bird on it. None of these look familiar. These must be really old. Not that I'm knowledgeable on beer, but you know what the standard ones look like from today. Cool. I mean, it's like I've told you about anything you can think of, someone collects it. Well, for all these old beer cans to still be around, obviously somebody collects them. All right, here's this porcelain. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful pieces, and you know some of these are worth a lot. I know I'm probably turning kind of fast. And then bells. Boy, I remember when bells used to be the thing to collect. A lot of people collected bells. I had a few of them, as did most people. Look at these. Look at those. I really like that one. Those are gorgeous. Those are probably hand glass blown ones. Brass type bells. This is called Bennington pottery, which is not something I'm familiar with. Have to quickly go through that. Now that looks like the wedge wood that I've had some of that. Bibles. Wow. these old bicycles. Boy, it's fun to read about the history of the invention of bicycles and early bicycles. They didn't have the nice rubber tires like they do now. I think these would about rattle your teeth out. Look at that. We'll stop there and we'll go through the rest of this maybe on a different video. Granddaughters would love that.
We're sending that to Grammy. We're sending that to Grammy.
To Grammy? Okay.